Have you ever looked at your art and thought to yourself that you could really use some advice from a teenager who doesn't know what she's doing? Well, I'm here to help you with that problem. You see, I made a couple of tutorials when I was a child, and I don't know if I really stand by them right now. Let's look into them. I have not recorded a video in so long. I'm so sorry. This is really weird. Look at this. This, I believe, is my very first tutorial that I've ever made, and I guess it was around the time I was really getting into making original characters, and I was giving them very weirdly spelled names. You know that meme of like that white American lady? I'm assuming she's American, and it's like with the chalkboard of like really weird I don't want to say weird names because maybe some people have these names and I don't want to say your names are weird, but you know the meme, right? That was me as a child. How I name my OCs. Note 1. This isn't a tutorial, but feel free to think of it as one, which is very kind of me as a child to allow freedom of whatever. Note 2. If you give your OCs Japanese names, this probably won't help you. Love that baby me is calling out people who only who make all of their characters have Japanese names. Note 3. You will need a lot of imagination to make this happen, bro, because if you're not on my level of imagination, you can just get the f out of here. You do not belong here. Oh my gosh, you do not need imagination for any of this. You just need to have a crippling need to be super original. And that's how I was back in the day. So to those of you who already know me, you know my characters have somewhat odd names, I suppose. And these were my 4 main characters at the time: Zenith, Checkers, Tiger, Malachi. As you know, Zenith is Luca. As you know, who the hell is watching this? As I know, Zenith is Luca, Checkers is Gone, Tiger is Papaya, which is still a freaking weird name, and I don't know why I named him that, and it's too late to go back. And Malachi is just gone. I sold him. I'm pretty sure he's dead. And Papaya's dead. And plenty of people have asked me how I named them, which I don't know if that's true. I don't know. Maybe I was just like hyping myself up. I just created a new character, and you will watch me name him. Let's get started. First step, take a good look at your original character. Think about their personality or appearance. Pick something about them. This was a guy that I made, and he was an angel, and so he didn't really have a personality yet, so I chose Halo, the word Halo, because, you know, angel. Second step, now this is what I do. I like to change it up a bit, and then I guess this is how I would just kind of mess around with the spellings of their name. So these are all the different ways that I spelled Halo. Do you guys understand the meme that I'm trying to reference now? How this is going on? Change the spelling and pronunciation. So you would just change like the first letter of the freaking name. So instead of Halo, consider Kalo. Whoa! Extra step, which is optional. I remember doing this. Since I'm so picky, I like to make sure my names are original. So if you want this too, then do this. So I would look up the name that I created in my brilliant mind and make sure that no other characters had that name. And obviously, all characters in the universe are in DeviantArt. If not convinced, these are other names I created using the same method. Those names: Zenith, Checkers, which Checkers is not even that original, dude. Like, freaking relax. Names that I use without this method: Tiger and Malachi. If you look these names up, you'll find my art with other people's art, which is unacceptable. You want to be a 100% original. Tiger, I don't know. But Malachi, isn't that like a biblical name? So, I don't know. That's basically it. And then these are names that I created that you can use because I am so generous. And these, look, Carmelita, which is weird because didn't I have a character named that? Oh, I might have gotten rid of her at that point. Morvexia, you know what? That one's not that bad, and I kind of want to draw somebody that would be a Morvexia. I would say, though, my favorite out of this whole list is probably Juddles. Juddles, guys. Meet Juddles, my new original character. That just feels like Juddles sounds like a name to me that I would name my character in Undertale. It just feels like an Undertale name. Don't know why. As you can tell, I like strange names. And feel free to use the names listed. If this was somewhat helpful, fave and share with friends. Have any tips? Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't agree with any of this anymore. Obviously, if this is what you want to do, then frickin' do it. It's a free world out there. And I had a freaking fun time doing this as a child, but now I'm like, Juddles? So just based on how this looks, I'm pretty sure this is actually my first tutorial and the other one was my second. Could be wrong, but just look at it. This looks like younger me. OC tips, accessories. Giving your original characters accessories can be fun, but there are two ideas you must keep in mind: quantity and placement. First off, quantity. So I'm pretty much just saying that you don't want to give your characters too many accessories. Enough is enough. I mean, really, who would want to wear all of this? And then there's this little guy. Consider your character's comfort. Do they look comfortable? And then he's crying and he says, "I want my mommy," which is something that was supposed to be funny. Secondly, position. When you figure out the appropriate amount of accessories to give your characters, you still need to pay attention to where you place them. And then he still has quite a few things. He has some on his wrist and he has one on his ankle. They're just normal belts too. Like, this guy needs to figure it out. He's so boring. This is just very... yeah, I did not put any effort into these doodles. And be careful when placing them on shoulder pads, or else he'll start hurting himself like this guy right here. Look, he's good there, but then he's bleeding right there. Just keep these ideas in mind when designing a new character. Hope this helps a bit. Yee! I like how both of them ended the same way. And I end a lot of my videos with hope this helped a bit, or hope this helped one person. I just have been the same person throughout time and history. So I totally thought I had more tutorials than that. I don't, but I do have tutorials that I posted on Twitter, Tumblr, oh my gosh, on Tumblr back in the day when Tumblr was also a thing. Like, it was so big. I was super active on this, guys. I actually have a tag on my Tumblr, tips and tutorials, and these are tutorials that I've posted even before I had a YouTube channel. And so I'm scrolling all the way back. I believe this is the end. Do I only have one page? I guess I only have one page of tutorials. And as you can see, the first one at the very bottom is from 8 years ago, which is freaking insane. I was kind of hoping that I would have more like joking and like funny tutorials. Like my last ones were not joking, but they were, you know, they were a little silly because I was a baby. But these are just... I actually kind of agree with a lot of the advice that I gave back then. I still believe in a lot of this stuff. This one is like, oh, how do you pick the color for how you outline your eyes? Which is, I think I did that back then. Why am I not being able to talk? I need a drink. All right, my dog has decided to join. I shouldn't have interrupted you. I'm so sorry. But there's this one, which is, I never did a tutorial on this because why would I need to? It's how I chose the colors for the outlines of the eyes that I would, you know, do back then in my art style. And I sometimes do it, and I kind of just BS some stuff. It wasn't really BSing, but I didn't really know how I chose certain things. I just kind of did it the way that I felt in my heart. I'm not very good. I mean, I've done... Can you not lick my armpits right now, you crazy freak? It's like adjacent colors, dude. Which is like, I chose for Kageyama, I chose yellow and orange because it's based on, yeah, it's based on the color palette. This one is about how to spread your art around and have more views and engagement in your art. And you know, this is like pretty okay advice. I will say the one that I don't necessarily really know if this was good advice was the friendship part, where I say like, form an agreement with your artist friends that I'll reblog your work if you reblog mine. That's kind of weird. It's kind of like a weird business way to see friendship. I don't know if people ever did this. I don't even believe I did this. I think for most artist friendships, it's kind of like this unspoken thing that you do, and not even all the times. Like, it was never expected from me or any of my, like, I didn't expect my other art friends to support my art, but it was always super like appreciated. It always meant more to me when my artist friends would reblog my work or comment or stuff like that. So I don't know why I'm like, form an agreement, sign a contract, but whatever. Oh, and I one more tip, take note. If anyone tries to tell you that you should be ashamed for wanting... Yeah, this is something that I actually really like that I posted down here, which is if somebody wants to give you a hard time for wanting attention for your art, just don't freaking listen to them, because like, it's so natural to want your art to get attention. Like, you put effort into that thing. Can you not do this right now? You put effort into that thing, into that work. Of course you're gonna want attention for it. You should not be ashamed for wanting your creations to get any kind of engagement. So yeah, just don't listen to those people. I don't know, I just really like that I put that there way back then. I don't know. Okay, anyways. And this one, I think I did a tutorial on this, which is coloring my line art, because this is something that I kind of just started to do around that time. I don't remember how long I've been doing it actually, so just ignore what I said right there. This one though, Here, you may recognize this. This was my very second YouTube video. Whee! This was my paper doll tutorial, but I'm pretty sure this came out before the paper doll tutorial. What did I just say? I was hoping to like look through my asks to see if there were like any tutorials or like tips there. Nothing. I really couldn't find anything as far as I believe. Where can I read your comic thing with all the characters you post on YouTube? I was pretty much so done with 20,000 people asking me about my comic that doesn't exist, because I would say everywhere that I don't have a comic. So by this point, I made a link for my Tumblr page /webcomic, and if you actually click on that link, it takes you to this. This is the screen that it takes you to. Honestly, I should probably go back to some of these posts and add them into my tips and tutorials tag, just because some of these do have decent tips and tutorials. Such as this one, somebody asking me, related to the posting your art online video, may I ask, what is your take on the fan art trap scenario? What I mean by that is a mentality of an artist doing fan art not because they want to and having fun, but have to in order to succeed and or be popular just for the sake of it. And my answer to that was, couldn't care less. I feel like people make too big of a deal out of these things. They're not hurting anyone, and they're still making content that people are enjoying. People are too grossed out about people doing for success and fame, but I don't think there's anything wrong with wanting that. By the way, this is only doing things that don't harm people. Obviously, if you're harming people for fame and success, don't do that. I don't support that, okay? I just feel like I have to say that even though it shouldn't be said, but you know. Okay, money isn't everything, Leslie. I never said it was, but money sure does make life hella easier. Hella easier, cause you know, rent, bills, food, you know, the basics. So we really ought to stop shaming people for wanting money and for wanting popularity. Again, as long as they aren't hurting anybody. Thank God I said that in the post back then. I am the same person! I'm sure there's videos of me saying, OMG, only make fan art if you like it, but like, opinions change, and now I understand that telling people not to draw something because they're not a true fan or whatever is stupid AF. Do what you gotta do, man. See, I still agree with that 100%. Like, do what you gotta do. If you want to draw fan art for the sole reason that it's gonna get you like views, do it. Who cares? As long as you're not hurting anyone, okay? This one is not at all a tip or tutorial, but I do like my answer to this, which is the question was somebody saying, I'm new to Tumblr and I just recently became a subscriber to your YouTube channel. My question is, even though I've decided I semi like the look of my current art style, I'm not confident about it yet. Is it okay that I request for you to make a speed paint for one of my OCs characters? You'll most likely say no, but this will help me answer my own question. What makes this person's art style look better than mine by color, line art, etc.? And my answer to this very polite person was, if you want to see your original character in another artist's art style, I suggest you find an artist that has their commissions open or find one with requests open. And then I posted a gif of Oigawa, which is like the best Kaiku character to post for an answer like this. Yeah, I really enjoy how blunt I was. Do your OCs have any weird or hidden talents? Well, Papaya is pretty good at dying and being dead. Why would I answer like that? I'm just gonna leave it at this, just because I don't really have a lot of tutorials to show you guys. I thought I had more, but it was mostly tips and advice and stuff like that. Tips and advice are the same thing. So, whatever. If you want to look at whatever I posted here, again, Tumblr page is Leslie Lou Marie, obviously, just spelled how it's spelled. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. If you are here, thank you for still being here. If you want, could you like and comment or something? I don't exactly know how the algorithm is working right now, but yeah, people aren't getting my notifications. Also, my Twitter is like really being weird right now. I don't know. It's kind of weird. Whatever. Anyways, say bye.